Hello, everybody. It's Jess and JessTalks. We have this handsome young fella here. And what is your name?
Christian Cordan.
Okay, and so who are you, Christian? What do you do?
Christian Cordan. I'm an R&B singer, songwriter, producer, and dancer. I also am an entrepreneur as well. And I do photography, videography, graphic design, web design. So I do a little bit of everything. Jack of all trades, master of a few.
Look at you. All right, and so where are you from, Jack of all trades?
I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas originally. I've been in Houston, Texas for about 6 years now. I've also lived in Gary, Indiana, and Chicago, and Atlanta, Georgia, and Thailand as well.
Okay, so I heard about them talking about Gary on the movie. No, not the show. The show, the Power Show, the spin-off.
Yeah.
That was the first time ever that I even heard of Gary anything. So cool. Look at you, you've been all over the place. So, what inspired you to jump out there and just be all these things at once?
Well, it started off as music. So I started off when I was younger, doing music, singing, and then, I actually was writing first when I was younger. It's like this poem my mom has on her wall. I know I didn't write it. I probably picked the words and everything, but that was the beginning of it all. And then it drifted into the music and developing my songwriting a lot more. And as I got older and became more professional, when I was in Little Rock, I realized that I had to do some things on my own. Because one, I actually had an incident where I filmed the whole video, right, and then the videographer lost the footage. So I got to figure this out on my own. I got to be able to do everything on my own because you can't really depend on everybody to get it done, especially professionalism wise. So, and then the more you know, the less you got to pay somebody else. So.
That part. So, all right. So, my platform, let me just say it real fast. I'm all about helping others, giving the most, transparent information. Mm-hmm. So, when it comes to, when I do my interviews, I just want everybody to feel comfortable. I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to do I got you or trying to set you in no kind of way. So, I wanted you to say what you do because that's important. People see the face and people may follow you and not even realize what you do. So I had a girlfriend of mine tell me, "Are you a motivational speaker?" And I'm like, "A motivational speaker? I'm a beauty consultant. I'm selling hair products and skin products and providing services. And you talk about a motivational speaker, but it brought to my mind when I'm posting things, it's positive things. Mm-hmm. When I'm posting things, it's something about giving back or trying to help somebody else out. So I'm like, you know what? I am a motivational speaker. She right.
Exactly.
So here we go.
Right. You never know what you're doing to help somebody else. You could be posting something for you, but people will relate to it. There's millions of people on the internet, so you never know that one person might have needed to see that. Okay. And then it's kind of like how you drift into those different lanes and you become that. It's really about embracing it too at the same time. That's the thing. We're scared to put these titles on ourselves sometimes.
Right.
You don't have to be Martin Luther King, but
right.
You're inspiring somebody.
We all got a dream.
Exactly.
Okay, so thank you for that. I appreciate you being willing to open up and say those things. I find that the more I get to know about somebody, it's easier for me to communicate them with any kind of way. Right. Business, personal. Informational, anything you need to know, somebody has to feel comfortable enough with you to give you that information. Mm-hmm. And some people don't care; they just out there, they're just going out there. But I'm always sketchy about taking in that information because it's what kind of value do it hold if you just let it go like that for nothing at all? I feel like we should always embrace, what we have to offer and understand that everything has a cost. Yeah, and so my time is valuable, what I'm saying is valuable. So, I'm giving you this information. You have to show me that you really are, even worth getting this information from you. Right. So, and I'm saying it to say, we out here. We about to get this stuff taken care of. Yeah. And whatever you need to do or how I can help you through your process, I will do that.
I appreciate this. Same here.
All right.
And another thing about time, the older I'm getting, the more I realize time is the only thing that you can't get back. You cannot waste it on just anybody or anything. Because
I done made a lot of money. I done lost a lot of money. I done made a lot of money back. But I ain't never got no sleep. You can't get this time. She tell my man, I'm going to catch up, give me a little rest for next week. Nope. Not going to happen.
Stuff will go on your plate.
Yes. As we see today, we both had to move stuff around, but I appreciate your flexibility And I know, like, it's a lot, you know, you have all those things on your plate. And so if you could say one thing that stands out about all of those things that you work on, what is closest to your heart?
My music. That's my passion. Because that's my safe space in the sense it allows me to be my most transparent self and to put everything that I have into it. And it's always been a love of mine. It's something that no matter what, even if there was, I mean, it's going to be money involved.
Right.
I'm not doing it for free. But if that wasn't my goal, I would still do the music. Like, nothing's going to stop me from doing music. Like, I'm going to always find a studio or find a way to make music, even if I'm just beatboxing or something like kids just do on the desk. Like,
you can beatbox?
Yeah,
what you got? Show me a little bit. Okay. Check you out.
Just a little bit.
Little beatboxer.
Yeah, a little action. You know, I'm always make some music. The music is in me. It ain't on me.
Okay. Say that again.
The music is in me. It ain't on me.
The music is in him. It's not on him.
Yep.
Okay. I like that. I'm still and I'm going to tag you in there so you don't think I'm not trying to keep so just in case people want to put it on the shirt, we're going to be ready. Because you said it's your first.
Right. It's going to be time stamped.
Right. At one time on JessTalks. All right. So I want to ask you something. So you say poetry.
Mm-hmm. So
is that something that you've done? Like, I know, like, I used to have, like, a little book. I called myself a little poet at a point. So I had, like, this. And to me, I felt like they were random thoughts. But the more I read them, I'm like, okay, man, there's something going on here. And so it's like one of those things, like you said, you start doing something not realizing it's really something that you can pour into someone else with.
Exactly.
Or it could be something bigger than what you even think it could be. So,
right. This is hidden talents that you have. You never know. She started letting it out.
Exactly.
Poetry was something that I started out doing. I've always been a writer. Like, my mother always encouraged me to write and journal and different things like that. So I've always put poetry in, like, just having different structures of poetry. Even when you just writing, like, you don't have to always
like just
rhyme.
kind of like a sketch.
Yeah, exactly. It's just out there. That's poetry as well. So there's many different styles of poetry. And, like, I just love writing and, like, expressing my ideas. But one day I just realized, like, songs are just poems. It's just a different structure of it.
Yeah.
And that goes into the commercialism of it all and the marketing of it as well. So that's once I realized that poems were just songs, then I started to translate that, and then I started to combine my singing with that, and I realized that this is something I could do. Like, I don't even really write poetry in those stanzas anymore.
Right,
like, it's just songs. Yeah. It's still poetry. It's just I'm not thinking of it within that way.
So you're more free writing.
Yeah, exactly. So when I'm writing, I'm singing to it. I'm not just singing, like, doing it like I'm going to do spoken word or something like that. I've had a few poems published, and I won a few contests when I was younger.
Okay. Look at you.
It's an inspiring.
So you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
Okay. So, at all the places you've lived, what do you feel like you made the most impact?
Probably in Atlanta.
Okay.
I graduated from Morehouse College in 2013. Got a business degree.
Yeah.
HBCU, Maroon Tigers.
Right.
And Atlanta is like, it's the black mecca, so there's so many black professionals there, and then you can just connect with so many people. And I've done a lot of community service out there, and I've actually helped a young man get through Morehouse as well. Like,
really?
Yeah, I was with the organization called United Brothers of America. I did that in my ninth grade. I mean, not my ninth grade, my freshman year. Yeah, in Morehouse. I was like waking up on Saturday, 10 in the morning, and all my friends sleep. They're like, where you going? Like, I gotta go.
Look, y'all need help with college, your boy.
Right here, I'm gonna help you get through it. Yeah, it's just like we had a few kids in that way. As I mentioned, we were teaching them things and going through the process of things, and there was just one kid that stuck with me, and he always just like connected with me.
Right. And
I just always kept in touch with him and motivated and inspired him. And he ended up going to Morehouse and graduated.
Really?
So, yeah, it's something I'm really proud of about that I did out there. So,
so when you saying that brings me back to, so I teach, and nobody could never tell me I would have been teaching, because I'm really the CEO and co-founder of FM Kids.
I'm right there with you. I'm definitely a supporter.
It's like you love them, but you don't like them at the same time, and it's kind of like, it felt like the kids that was the worst always gravitated to me. And I'm like, I don't like y'all. I'm
Right.
steady telling y'all this. Y'all keep coming by me.
Right.
Stop it.
Exactly.
I'm talking about calling me auntie, calling me mama, just inviting me to stuff. I don't like y'all.
Right.
What y'all don't get?
Right.
And it's like, you try not to be harsh,
Mm-hmm.
but then sometimes you feel like you gotta be harsh just for them to understand
Right.
what you're trying to get across to them.
Exactly.
And it's almost like teaching has helped me become a better parent. Like, I didn't realize how many things you have to go through. Because, I graduated so long ago. I ain't been in elementary school, middle school, high school. And, I was a police officer for a while as well in the school system. So it's kind of like I saw it from both ends. I saw, what the administrators had to go through, what the parents is going through. Because, shit, I'm a parent. And then, when I started teaching, it just brought all the things forward. I just saw it all together, and I'm like, it's really hard to do this shit. This is not an easy task. It's not an easy job. And it's like a real life calling. You have to have the patience. You have to have the want to. You have to really care to sit there at them schools all day long with them kids. Exactly. And it's just kind of like, man, I don't want to be here, but it's almost like I feel like I have to be here. Right. It was weird.
You had a future in your hands. Yeah. You never know where these kids are going to go. And you hold their future in your hands.
And it's a real thing. My first year teaching, I was mentoring some girls, and anybody that know me, they know I'm so not trying to fool no girls. Yeah. I was like, girls is for the birds, they can have them. Yeah. But I've always ended up mentoring at least one girl each year since I've been teaching. My first year, I mentored 8 girls. It was some Hispanic girls, black girls, it was a mixture. And I still talk to all of them to this day. And one of them has graduated from college. One of them, she has a baby, but she's working, taking care of her business. And another young lady, she got married, had a kid. So it's just kind of like for them to still respect me and hold me, in any type of respect. And they grown and take care of their business now. That spoke volumes to me. And I'm like, so this must really be something that I have a calling for in some kind of way, even if it's not at that school or in this subject. It's something I'm supposed to do to give back, to pour into others. So.
Exactly. And what I say is you always where you're supposed to be.
Yes.
And I have a hard time with that because I'm a musician, so I put in this amount of work, so I feel like I should be here.
Right, of course.
You're where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And not get too far ahead or too back behind. Where God wants you to be in that particular moment. And you never know who you are affecting or what you're affecting or what the work is that you're doing and that you need to do to be in that position. So,
you better preach this, right?
You're always in the right place, especially more than the young minds. I'm not a parent myself, so I'm kind of preparing myself for that.
I tell everybody, don't even rush it, big dog. Just take your time.
I'm straight. I'm good right
Look, I thought it's all for the games until you get pregnant.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's all fun until you get that text.
Right, that's it.
Heart drop. I had some scares though.
Look, you got
to
tread lightly, big dog. Tread lightly. So, be safe.
Right. Safe in the street, dog.
Okay. And so, again, I really appreciate you for real because it takes a lot to even understand that you can help people. You know, because you'll see somebody asking for your help sometimes, and I know me. I'm gonna speak for me. It have been a few times I'm like, I don't really have time to do that. I don't know. Let me see. But it's like I've always saw that when I'm helping people, I'm really living in my life. I'm really becoming my best self because I do have a lot of knowledge. I do have a lot of information I can share with others. And so if somebody asking me something and it's some shit I know, how hard is it to just take 5-10 minutes? I ain't got to take a long time with them, but just give them resources. Even if I don't want to sit there and go through the whole spiel with them, hey man, look on this website. My girl up here, I can give you her contact. You know what I'm saying? So and that's why I saw that networking was so imperative to everything you're doing. And so, that's why, September 30th, we're having a networking event. So I'm going to be posting it, and I'm going to keep y'all updated. But on all seriousness, I just want you to know that I've learned a lot about you looking through your page. And, my boy Waylon reached out to you. Waylon, we got you, baby. You're always out here doing a good job. Mr. Henry, hold it down. And so I just really appreciate you even caring enough and taking him seriously, knowing that he wouldn't send you to nobody, that's gonna mishandle you or your information. Right. So I appreciate that.
No problem. I'm big on energy. Like I'm a big empath. I can feel the energy of people, and he has good energy. So I know he wouldn't send anybody towards me without that good energy.
Yeah.
And now you gravitate to the people that you're supposed to be gravitating to. And there's always some negative energy that seeps in there, but that gets weeded out eventually.
You can't do that about that.
And you can feel it. Like I felt negative energy and still tried to like help it and change it, but sometimes it just brings you down at the end of the day. So you kind of know instantly, like your instincts to like click, and sometimes we ignore that because of the flesh, but the spirit like, nah, not that person.
Come on, spirit.
Like, come on. I really like them. They cool.
Right. Try to force it.
Exactly. And then when you start going through stuff, like, all right, I told you. Well, I'm going to have to show you now. Sometimes I learn the hard way. I'm like that. I'm very stubborn. But.
So, real quick, this is not Truth for Thursday, but I'm actually a Truth for Thursday question.
Okay.
So, what I talk about is adulthood being the worst hood right now. That's what we're on right now. We're going to move past it soon, but it's just still in my spirit. Yeah. So, we on it. So, I was talking about relationships. And so, and what you're saying kind of made me think of that. Because professionally, personally, like, how do you feel like you should handle relationships that are kind of in, like, a little frenzy? Like, it's not going away. You feel like it should go.
I think it should be a lot of communication involved. Communication is what destroys most relationships. And not even communication is effective communication. Communication isn't all about talking, it's about listening as well. So you have to hear what the person is saying, and you got to execute on that. Like if you're not willing to apply the things that the person is saying is going on, then you need to move on from that. It's not even all about just like a romantic relationship.
Right.
Any type of relationship, the communication has to be effective, and people have to be on the same page as well.
Man.
If y'all on two different pages, then y'all might as well be reading two different books, so it's not gonna work out.
Come on, two different books.
It's just not
can't be on the same chapter because you ain't in the same book.
You in the red book, I'm in the blue book.
Right.
You're reading the same story. Right?
Okay.
And you're not communicating that effectively, so it's just going to be to your detriment. You're constantly trying to make something work, and you get more and more frustrated with it. It goes with business or anything. It has to be effective communication. And it has to be a level of respect. Once things start getting disrespectful, you have to
please respect me.
Because it's just going to get worse and worse. Like, once a person realizes they can disrespect you, they'll accept anything. So I'm just treating them how I want to every time.
So an older wise person told me before, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Exactly. And that has stuck with me. Also, stay ready to keep from getting ready, just in case. You never know what's going to pop up, and you got to be ready.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So,
always be the starting line.
Like for real. And so it's refreshing to talk to somebody, especially a male, that understands themselves. I feel like at the young age that I am, look, my young age of 36, that it's almost like I'm relearning myself in different ways. Like I'm learning how to be me. I'm learning how to be a parent to a teenager because I have a teenager, and I'm learning how to be a parent to a growing boy because he's about to be 8 now. So it's just kind of like it's always these things of different points of transition. So
that's the beauty of life, though. You always learn. Like once you stop learning, you're not living anymore. Like if you don't want to learn anything, what's the point of living life? Exactly. You're just going in a circle. You're just walking to the end.
So I'm not I tell people I'm not like the biggest super Christian in the whole wide world, but I am a believer. I know that God is healed in my life. And one thing that stuck with me is, in the Bible, it says, in all your getting, get understanding. You have to understand what's going on. And I read something just last week. It said something about being an effective communicator and being able to comprehend. Because just communicating, it don't mean nothing. I can say, okay, I see what you're saying. But if I'm not taking in what you said, like you said about listening, like you have to listen, you have to see how to apply it, and you have to show me that you're going to apply it and how you're going to apply it. Because at the end of the day, if you ain't comprehend it, we really ain't communicating.
Right, we're not talking about also another thing I just thought about this too. How it's being communicated to us. If you're yelling at me, I'm not listening to you at all.
Like you're not talking.
It's just brick wall at that point. I'm not going to listen to you yelling at me. Because I'm not going to yell at you.
Right.
I don't like to yell. I'm a singer. I like to protect my voice.
Exactly.
If I have to get to the point where I have to yell, then I should have walked away a long time ago.
Exactly.
Like, I don't need to yell at me if I'm sitting right here. Like, I can clearly hear you. Why are you yelling? Like, what's the point? And you just talking just to talk. You got to yell at that point. Like, that just came to me. Like, that's a part of effective communication, the way that you're translating your message.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you saying it in the way that the person is going to receive it, or are you know that they just going to reject it? It's just going to be noise.
And so, do you feel like sometimes, man or woman, you can provoke somebody to put their hands on you?
I feel like it can get to that point.
Because I heard the way you said, if I'm yelling at you, I should have been stopped talking to you a long time ago. Mm-hmm. That's big, y'all. Yeah. So if you feel like, so this is my logic. Tell me if it makes sense to you. If you'll yell at me, you'll hit me. If you'll cuss at me, you'll yell at me. Mm-hmm. If you'll hit me, you'll kill me.
Yeah, exactly. I believe that. That's like they're saying, like, watch your thoughts, because your thoughts become your actions. Your actions become your character. Your character is who you are.
It starts in the
mind. It's all a build up to that. Like, it is a build up. And I don't believe that. I mean, nobody should be putting their hands on anybody. If your life is at risk, if somebody has a gun pointed to you, then okay, whatever. But like, if it's not no life threatening thing or nothing like that, everybody should keep their hands to themselves. That's it. Because it's not something that you should be doing. Like, you feel a certain type of way. If you was fighting somebody, like, usually you fighting somebody you don't really like, and well, with men are kind of weird. Men will fight each other and then be best friends. Right. Like, whatever. But still, nobody, like, there's no reason to fight.
Women, once we fight you, that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
You can die, your kids can die. We don't like your grandma no more. Like, you dead to me. Yeah. And everything about you. Everybody that look like you the whole time. We're done with you. I tell people that. Forget them and their kids and the people that look like them and people that come behind them. So I ain't gonna like that grandbaby.
Right.
This fight right there. The generation is over with for me.
Right. That's what's crazy. That's why I don't like getting to the point of hanging and things like that, because I can get like that too. Yeah. One day I'm starting to learn about myself.
Anybody can.
Yeah, exactly. I'm starting to learn. I hold grudges kind of. Like, I say I wish the best for somebody.
Right.
Do I hold grudges?
Right.
I feel like, nah, I don't hold grudges. I'm a good person.
Well, I think it seemed like to me it takes a lot for you to get bothered. Yeah. And that's kind of like how I am. So if it's to the point that you got me to the point where I don't like you, I'm upset with anything you did, you out of there.
Yeah, it's over.
Because that means I done gave you opportunities at this point. Because I'm not going to just drive, I hate this person today. Exactly. And I've been talking to them all these years. That's weird. So it has to be a build-up, and so usually what I do, I step back when I can see that I'm not vibing with you no more or something you did. I say, man, I don't really care for how you did such and such, so I'm just, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to take you back a few steps and just mind my business. Because I'm not a disrespectful person, and I'm not going to allow your actions to affect my character. Like, I ain't got that kind of time.
Right.
And then sometimes they tell me I ghost people. Like, I don't really think I do. But I guess I do, because once I feel like I want to text you, I want to call you, none of that. And that's family, friends, I don't care. Right. I'm learning that I have to start doing that more with family than anybody. Because it's like, just because you used to me doing this, that, and the other, I don't have time to do that right now. And I'm not going to let you make me guilt trip me into doing stuff when I got others to do.
Right, that's what I don't like at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The people closest to you hurt you the worst. I think Fabulous said on the song, he says your strongest enemy is the one that know your weak spot. That's family and friends. They know how to attack you, and they know the things that you're vulnerable to.
Right.
That's what I try not. That's why I have a problem like letting people get too close to me.
Right.
Or like telling people vulnerabilities about myself, because eventually the things that I told you, you're gonna turn around and weaponize.
Exactly.
And once that started happening, I hate that. Like, I hate when people do that. Like, I told you this to be vulnerable, and now you're weaponizing.
Exactly.
Like, it just made me not want to tell people anything.
That.
But the irony of it is I'm a musician, so I'm gonna tell everybody.
The world don't know, right?
Exactly. So
I ain't telling you, but I'm telling the whole world.
Right, I'm gonna put it on a song tomorrow, but I ain't gonna tell you today. It's all good. You're hearing it in a few weeks.
Right. Okay. And so this is so much fun. We have to do this again. So give the people your tags and what you do and how to find you, etc.
Okay, you can find me everywhere at Christian Cordan. Type it in Google and ChristianCordan. Cordan is like Jordan with a C. I didn't do that to be clever. My dad named me that. So.
All right, so this is JessTalks, and we had this wonderful interview with this wonderful fellow. This won't be our last time seeing him because now we friends.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, man, we like that.
All right, we see y'all.
See y'all later.